I guess the last thing I wanted to ask you about was, you said when you posted this questionnaire on Facebook that it was number 4 you struggled with. So number 4 is, are you patient enough to wait for the not yet Christians in your life to ask you for your opinion?
Yeah.
So what thoughts do you have around that?
Well, Mark McCrindle's research, probably backed up by my own experience, is that Australians don't want to debate about religion. So when you try and shape a conversation, if it's not natural, like you can genuinely sort of shape up a conversation in a way that's authentic and really good. But if you make something happen and it comes across a bit pushy or preachy, then Australians often really turn off to that sort of thing. So it really is trusting that your presence in their life, your care for them, the gift of time, all the things that we've talked about, that they're going to accrue to opportunities where you can share faith, but you have to really be patient. There's, like any of us who are parents, it's much more powerful if your child opens the conversation than if you try and make it happen, particularly about a sensitive issue or a very personal one, for example. So, I mean, sometimes as parents, we have to, make that conversation happen, and that's appropriate and good. But more often or not, it's heaps better if that comes from the person for whom it's a very, very vulnerable thing to talk about. So patience is a virtue when it comes to sharing our faith. And again, if the Holy Spirit's giving you something far more urgent, then you need to respond to that. Like, I'm not saying this is the only way it can be done, but I think for most everyday believers in everyday situations, it's optimal to wait, to pray. So in the book, I talk a lot about intercession. In fact, just before coming on to record this, I'd been going through a list of things, people that I'm praying for, because I think the prayer work is really, really important, and we're trusting the Holy Spirit to create great circumstances and opportunities. But if you wait, I think it can be much more effective because they've invited you to respond. And so for me, often who wants to share, and perhaps, I know pretty much what I would say and should say and all that stuff. It's to actually wait until we step in. So that's for me, it's a patient game. And sometimes you've got to make a deep investment, a costly investment, to get to those opportunities, but they're awesome when they come along.